Oh, also, did you guys... Hi! It's my bun. Hey, all you cool cats and kittens. With me, Carol Baskin. Hello, and how are we freaking doing today? This is gonna be a really long video. I'm so sorry. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. What if I told you that one side of my face is high-end and one side of my face I'm only using drugstore products? Would you believe me? So before you watch the video, comment which side you think is the high-end side and comment which side you think is the drugstore side. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video, and let's get into it. I got a lot of inspiration from my girl Top T. I saw she did a half drugstore, half high-end tutorial, so we're gonna do that, and I am really excited about it because I've actually never done that to compare to see which side like wears more. I know that high-end is usually more like higher quality ingredients, and some of them even have skincare in with them, but drugstore is super affordable, and honestly they've been stepping up their game, so I'm gonna put them against each other, put them to the test. So let's jump right in. So for primer, I'm using on my left side my Benefit Hydrating Primer. I actually really like this. This is pretty good, and I find a lot of pore filling primers kind of tend to look a little cakey on me, but this one doesn't, so boom. And then for drugstore, I'm going to use my Joa Mineral Primer. This is a blurring primer as well. Just figured to kind of do, you know, a little 2 and 2. I like this one because it's really sheer and it doesn't feel like that super thick silicone-y primer, and I feel like it does smooth this over. And I really like this because it's not as thick as their original Professional, and it's kind of more like a gel silicone, if that makes sense, but I just find it goes on my pores, blurs it out, and you don't need a bunch. I have my little notes. Benefit Primer is $32 and the Joa Primer is $11.99. And usually with pore filling ones, I just try to keep it like in the center of my face, on my chin. I'm only doing half, don't come for me. And on the top of my forehead, just really the places that I have pores, but I put too much on. So now I'm gonna go in with my Benefit Professional. I'm just gonna take a little bit, like a little bit. So now it's foundation time. I have a lot of drugstore foundations, and I also have a lot of high-end foundations. But it's really hard. It was hard for me to find a drugstore foundation that's the same finish as the high-end foundation that's going to be the same color. I have a lot of skin tints, and those kind of vary for undertones, and I didn't want 2 different colored sides of my face. So I chose the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie foundation for the high-end foundation. This is so good. You don't need a lot because it's so full coverage. And then I'm pitting it against the Wet n Wild Photo Focus foundation. This is a tried and true. This is a goodie. So good. I just figured they were pretty close to the same color, and they're pretty close to the same finish. So this bad boy is $36. I know it's expensive, but Pure is a really great brand. They try to be cautious about what they're putting in. Everything's vegan, cruelty-free, sulfate-free, paraben-free, everything like that. So it's really good for your skin, and it doubles as a concealer. You can untwist it like this, and you have a doe foot applicator, which is really cool. The Wet n Wild foundation is $4.89, so it's a steal. It does smell like paint, so just be cautious. There's probably some chemicals in here you probably shouldn't be wearing all day on your face, but it's really good. It's really inexpensive, and it does the job, and I'm happy with it. So I figured let's just try them out and see what they look like. So I'm gonna start with the Pure one. I'm literally just gonna take a tiny amount, and I'm using different brushes for each one, so don't worry. Like, I'm just gonna do that line. Like, I'm just, be warned. I'm gonna take my finger, woo, and I might grab more, but let's see. So I'm gonna take my foundation brush. I'm just gonna take my foundation brush, and I'm gonna start tapping it around first. making sure I'm only going halfway. Going down the neck, and yes, it's my summer shade and the shade I use when I self-tan, so it is a little dark, but we're not going anywhere. Hello, I'm just gonna be staying in my house all day, so the mailman might see me and be like, what the heck, but that's all I got going for me. So just make sure I'm going halfway on my forehead, blend it into your hairline. Let me just say, my skin has been so dry recently. It's screaming, but I've been drinking tons of water. I moisturize and I use high quality moisturizers. I bounce back and forth between moisturizers because I'm trying to find the best one, but girl. Wet n Wild one has a paddle, so I'm just gonna go straight in. This one isn't as full coverage as the Pure one, so I'm definitely gonna do a longer little streaky poo. Use a new brush. Look, this one has rhinestones on it. So cute. So just kind of dotting this around before we start buffing it in. Yeah, these are really, really similar colors. Yeah, there's that smell. If you guys know what I'm talking about, it smells like paint. I'm gonna put some more. Don't be shy, put some more. Don't be shy, put some more. Okay, I'm gonna call that good. What do you guys think? Is it kind of looking the same? Because I feel like it's kind of looking the same here. Okay, so now for concealer, we had to do the most glorified and iconic Tarte Shape Tape. This is so good. I think it's $27. Hold on, let me check my notes. Yeah, it's $27, and then I have it against the ColourPop No Filter Concealer, which is also another goodie. So good. Both are really full coverage. This one's a tad bit less coverage than the Tarte Shape Tape, but it's so cheap. So ColourPop one is $7. Okay, $7. You can almost buy four of these for the price of one of these. I'm gonna do Shape Tape first. And I don't use a lot because it is so full coverage, so I literally am just gonna probably dot on my nose a little bit, like Cher. Take my booty blender and just start blending it away. How is that for contrast? Woo! I'm gonna try and blend it in quickly though, just because I'm in my eyeball. Are you seeing this? And I go down and around my nose because I get redness, and just blend it up and cancel out any purple hues because I had to work early this morning, so I'm a little tired. Okay, excuse me. Half of my chin. So now it's time for the ColourPop side. I'm gonna use the same sponge. I'm just gonna flip it over. ColourPop, don't let me down. You're going against Tarte, so I think you can pull your weight. Let's see. Ooh, forgot how light this color was. Ooh, man, this is light. Go halfway up the nose. Under, get all the darkness. Pull it out a little bit like this. It dries fast, so if you do use this, I would definitely recommend doing one side at a time, just because it can be a little tricky to work with just because of how fast it dries. And I think that is my only downside to this concealer, is just the dry time. But I love how thin it, like, it's not thick and doesn't feel cakey. So now it's time for powder. And are you freaking ready for this? I don't think you freaking are. Okay, so for Drugstore, we got the Coty Airspun. And high end, we have our one and only Laura Mercier. Are you expecting anything different from me? Hello, she's the freaking queen. This one is great as well, super nice. I just love how this one blurs. Okay, so the Laura Mercier powder is $39. I know, that's disgusting. Literally, that like makes me want to cry because it's $39 for this tiny little powder and this thing. huge, like huge. Okay, it's big. This is $39. This is $5.99. And this also comes with a little puff inside, so it's super cute. So I decided I want to zoom you guys in because I feel like I wasn't close enough to you. So sorry. So I'm going to go with my Laura Mercier powder on my Luxe side. Take this side of the Shape Tape, blend out any creasing before you set, because girl, why would you want to set those creases in place? Take our Morphe sponge, boop, push it into the skin. And I'm going to blur out my little pores right here really quick. And I like to take it up on the side of my nose, down like that, down on the smile line, and right there. Boom. We are set. So now it's time for the other side. This is the velour puff I was telling you about. This smells so good though. Ugh. Other side with the ColourPop concealer on it. Blend out the creases. Again, since it does dry quickly, it's a little bit more difficult to blend out the creases. Now we take the other side of the Morphe sponge and push this baby in there. We are doing bronzer now. Are you guys ready for this jelly? Okay, so Pure Cosmetics bronzer. It's called Bronzing Act in the shade Light because, I mean, just look at me. Figure it out. Super cool. It has like a really light base with some darker spots in it. You just swirl your brush in it. It smells like chocolate. And because it is pure, again, free of all the harmful ingredients that you don't want to put on your skin, and it's a really nice neutral bronzer. It's not too orange, not red, not pink, just perfect. Okay, so this one is $26. I've had it for a while and I've used it almost every single day, and the product has lasted me a really long time, so I feel like it's worth it. For Drugstore, we have the e.l.f. contour palette. This is $8. You get a nice huge mirror and you get 4 different colors. These are awesome, by the way. You have 2 with shimmer, so these 2 have shimmer in them, and these 2 are matte. $8. So we're gonna go in with the Pure Bronzing Act first. We are just gonna take our nice big fluffy dirty bronzing brush, swirl into this bad boy, and I've just been kind of packing it like on the cheeks and flipping it and blending it toward like inside my face, because you want to keep this part pretty bronzer free, because you're trying to warm up your cheeks, girl, not your freaking jawbone. So now I'm gonna pack it, like pack it on my hairline and right on my temple and just diffuse it down. Really light hand, like I'm going really light, because remember we didn't set our cheeks right here and we didn't set our forehead that much, so if you push really hard you're gonna take off your foundation. All right, so nose time. Boop, 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 boop. This is a really good color for nose contouring as well, so I just like to lay it flat like this and just run it down like that. It should be so snatched that you can't breathe. Okay, so now for the e.l.f. side, the Drugstore side, the babe on a budget side. Nothing wrong with Drugstore. Hello, I have tons of products, so I'm just gonna take probably this, yeah, probably this one. And let's go. Okay. Tap it on first and blend it on, and okay. This face is kind of glowy. Forehead time. Okay, can we talk about how I only have one side of my nose contoured and how asymmetrical that looks? I decided I guess I should do the other side of my nose, so I'm gonna go in with the e.l.f. the same brush, same, ow! And nose contour will help me feel better. I wouldn't even call it contouring. I think it's just 2 carrot sticks on the side of my nose, but we'll fix it, right? I always go over, I look so bad. Oh, trust me, it's a process, it's coming. Go over your nose contour with your concealing sponge and just dilute it. Oh, also, did you guys, hi! It's my butt. So for blush, I got this for, I think it was 2 years ago. Tarte's Holiday Collection. It's this really cute blush book. You push this button, boom, blushes. You can put your credit cards or some slots right here. And if you wanted to, you can pull, there's a string right here. You pull that. You could take this out and you can use this as like a little clutch. Hello, cute. Okay. This Tarte blush I got for a really good deal because I used my points, but it's originally, I think it's originally $42, but it's on sale right now. You can still get it, which is cool. It's on sale right now for $30, which is great because I believe each of their individual blushes and bronzers and highlighters are like 25-ish. They're kind of in that zone. So $30 for all of this is a steal. I'm gonna mix these two because the Drugstore color is kind of corally. So I'm just gonna go in and mix them and just kind of, I don't even see anything coming off. Do you guys see anything? I just mixed it with the highlighter. Oh yeah, that's good. Take the end of the brush and just blend that in. Not my gold piece. I have my blush, my Coral Morphe Babe Trio. Super cute. This one in the middle is a shimmery shade, so I don't really use it because it's like super shimmery. But I really like these two. I like how they're more muted, not too pink, not too purple. They're pretty natural. Like this one's could almost be a bronzer. This is $12, so hello, and I've had it for like a year, and I used to use it every day. I don't use it every day now just because I got more blushes, but when this was the only blush I had, I used it every day, and I still haven't hit pan, so this baby's gonna last you a really long time. So yeah, $12 for 3 things. I'm gonna mix, and I'm probably just gonna go straight in with Boss just because it's more pinky, and this one's a little more pinky. So I'm just gonna go straight in with Boss, and this is really pigment. Thank you. This is really pigmented too, so really try to go in with a light hand. Don't do what I did on this thing. Oh yeah, you see that baby right there? Cute. I love that. Okay. So we're gonna go in with highlighter now. I just love this thing. It is the Jeffree Star 24 Karat Skin Frost Pro palette. This is $40 and it is so pretty, and they're all buttery and smooth. So pretty. So we're gonna use this on the high-end side, and then the Drugstore side, the Juvia's Place loose highlighter. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna use the shade Sarcophagus because I figured these are pretty close in shade. So I'm gonna use the Clio loose highlighter from Juvia's Place. This is $15, but it's on sale on their website for $7.50. So girl, you better freaking buy it. So I'm gonna go in with this shade right here, Sarcophagus. And you really only have to go in with a really light hand because it is very pigmented. Like, just watch. Yep, I told you. I told you. Oh my god. Half the chin down here, just half. Oh my god. Okay, that's a little bit more subdued. Okay, so there's really no way to go directly down the middle of your nose in half, so I'm just gonna go and take Sarcophagus down the middle of my nose. Oh my god. Whew, man. Cute. Are you guys ready? Are you guys ready for the Juvia's Place side though? Okay, okay, so high-end Jeffree Star Cosmetics Skin Frost. Teeny tiniest amount. I just need the mirror. I swear I'm dipping into the cap. I mean, come on. That's pretty intense. So I feel like the Jeffree Star one is just a little bit more buttery, but both of them look wet and they're not really like showing texture or anything like that. I do say I do prefer the Jeffree Star side just because, hello, but that's literally it. All right, it is time for setting spray. So I have the MAC Fix Plus. This is $28. It smells amazing. It is amazing. I love it. I love it. I love it. I can't say enough good things about it. And then for the drugstore side, we have the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist. This is $16. This is probably the best setting spray I've ever used in my entire life. This smells really good. It's a really, really fine mist. And then I'll just kind of do this side. That felt weird not like turning your face, and, you know? Weird. That felt so weird. It is time for our eyeballs. I'm so excited. Are you excited? Because you better be excited or get off my channel. So for high-end side, are you surprised? Are you surprised? Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals Volume 1 palette. Need I say more? And then the drugstore side is probably one of the best palettes to ever come into the world, besides the Tati one, is the original Jaclyn Hill palette. I love this palette and I really like. I'm a neutral Nelly, so hello, I'm sorry. And they're warm toned, so yeah, that's what I'm freaking talking about. And I'm just gonna go in with the shade Soothe, and I'm just gonna go pretty messily all over my crease. But I am gonna kind of draw it up to the top of my brow like that, just because I like that look. And then I'm gonna go in with a smaller brush and dip it into Ritual, and I'm gonna start deepening up the crease and keeping it lower than the first shade we put on. And I'm going in with a pretty light hand just because I don't want it to be too crazy dark. Going in with Soothe again, so the first shade we put on. And I'm just gonna lightly start buffing those edges. Bring this up. I'm gonna go in with the metallic and then the sequin shade of Ritual. I'm just gonna kind of mix them. I'm so excited. I haven't used these ones on my eyes yet. I've only swatched them. Boom. I'm going back in with the shade of Ritual, and I'm just gonna shade in, blend in those things, the shimmers right here. And then I'm also gonna go in with Ritual. I'm just gonna go straight in on my lower lash line. I love a good smoky lash line. You guys already know it. I say it all the time. And then I'm gonna take my Soothe brush and just barely and lightly go over the edges of this. So now I'm gonna take Aura, which is this shade right here. It's just a cream metallic shade, and I'm going to highlight my inner corner so it pops like that. And that is it for that eye. So this Jaclyn Hill palette is $39, but you get so many shades, 35 shades for $39. So I feel like I'm gonna use these two right here to kind of get that same, oh maybe, no, these two right here to kind of get the same Soothe effect, if you know what I'm saying. And I'm just gonna go straight in and pop it to the same, wow, the Tati one is a lot more pigmented. Okay, there we go. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with probably this one right here. I feel like this one is the closest one to the Ritual color. So I'm just gonna go in right there, go in into my crease. Okay, I am really happy with this. It's actually looking identical. I'm gonna go back in with that first shade from the Jaclyn Hill palette. I don't know the names, they're not on the palette. Sorry. And I'm just gonna start blending it away. Okay, so when I held the Tati palette next to the Jaclyn Hill palette, this is the metallic that looked almost exactly like the Ritual shimmer. So I'm gonna use this one right here, pop it on my eyelid. Looks very similar. And I'm gonna go right back in with that brush with the dark brown for the Jaclyn Hill palette and just blend it in. I do have fallout on this side from the Jaclyn Hill palette, and I don't have any on this side. That doesn't necessarily mean anything, it just is a difference of how it was pressed. I'm gonna go in on my lower lash line now with the same with the same dark brown shade right here. So our eyes are done. I would say they look pretty similar. I do want to add some eyeliner on my waterline. For the high-end side, I'm going to be using the Tarteist Double Take eyeliner. I'm just going to be using the gel liner. I'm not going to use a liquid one just because I'm going to tight line my eyes. This is $24, but think of it as you getting two different eyeliners. You have the gel liner and then you also have a liquid liner, which is really good. So $12 each, which I feel like is reasonable. And then I'm going to use on the drugstore side my tried and true NYX retractable eyeliner. These are really good. This is only $5.50 and they have like so many different colors, like literally mermaid teal to mossy green to rose gold to blacks, browns, like every color you can think of. So I'm actually going with the drugstore side first, switch it up a little bit. And I'm just gonna go and tight line. So it's gonna look like that, makes it nice and smoky. So I'm gonna go in with the Tarteist Double Take side and tight line my eye. Okay, I really like this mascara. This is what the wand looks like. It's like really tiny bristles, which you can get into all your lashes and comb them up, and I love that. And I find this formula, it's not waterproof, but it does not smear, okay? I find almost every single mascara that is not waterproof smears on my skin, and it is one of my pet peeves because at the end of the freaking day I look like a raccoon. Okay, doing the lower lashes. Okay, so now I'm gonna do my other eye with the Rimmel mascara. Scandal Eyes on demand. The brush is definitely not the same as the other one. It's like freaking gigantic. So I am gonna do my lashes off camera. I am gonna be using my Lily lashes in the style Delara. There's no way I'm gonna do half drugstore, like a drugstore lash and a high-end lash. My drugstore lashes just don't look like my high-end lashes, okay? I just don't have any that look similar, okay? I'm sorry. Give me one freaking second, okay? So I'm back. What do we think about these lashes? I am obsessed. I feel like I could fly freaking away with them, but I'm not going to because I like you guys. So okay, you guys, I think it's time to do some lips so I can get rid of my concealer lips. So for the high-end side, I have the Kylie Velvet Todd Crane's Velvet Lip Kit, but I'm not using the lip liner just because I didn't want to use a lip liner on the drugstore side. The lip kit is on sale for $16.20, so do with that information as you will. I really like it. It's super comfortable, and because it's a velvet, your lips don't get super dry. It lasts a long time. I just put like usually on the bottom and then rub my lips together and just kind of tap it in so it's not too thick of a layer. So for the drugstore, I have my Focallure liquid lipstick. This is $5.29, and this is probably one of the best liquid lipsticks I've ever used. So thank you, Focallure, for sending this to me a few months ago. I love it. I wear it all the time. I'm going with the Kylie one now. They smell so good. They smell like vanilla frosting. So that is the Kylie side. And I'm going to do the Focallure side. And let's see how it's going to go. I think it's a little bit more cool tones, but it should still be. It's not the same. Okay, so there's the Focallure side, and I'm going to tap this one in as well. Okay, so actually once it dries, it's not as bad. I want to put on a nice lip plumper because I want a glossy, nice, comfortable lip. So I got the iconic London lip plumping gloss in the shade Peekaboo. It's not as pink as it looks. I tried it yesterday. It's actually pretty clear, which is cool. This is $26. So I feel like it's pretty typical for a lip gloss lip product to be this this price. And then for Drugstore, I have the Soap and Glory Sexy Mother Pucker Lip Plumper. This is in the shade Rose and Shine, and I love it. It smells so good, and it's not too tingly that it hurts, but you can definitely tell it's plumping your lips. This guy is $8.99, so I'm gonna do the iconic one first. I do have to say though, I do not like the applicator. It's so flimsy. So now it's time for the Soap and Glory one. Hello. I don't even know what this smells like. It smells like a candy shop. So the last thing that we have to do before this look is concluded is brows. So for the high-end side, I have the Glossier Boy Brow. This is in the shade Brown. So the Boy Brow is $16. I feel like that's pretty reasonable for a high-end product, and especially just because it's $16 and it's a brow tint, it's gonna last you a really long time. Versus the Rimmel Wonderful Brow Gel. This is really nice, and I feel like it's like freaking concrete when you put it in. This is only $3.92. That's crazy. So I'm gonna go in with my Boy Brow and just brush through my brows. I always kind of go on a line right here so I can kind of get that defined. Brush it up, and same with this, go on a line down. So I have that brow how I want it, just pretty natural and bushy. So now it's time for the Rimmel side. There's a lot more product that comes off on this brush. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and say that's where I want it to be. Okay, you guys, that concludes today's YouTube video. Half high-end makeup versus half drugstore makeup. To be honest, you guys, can't really tell that I have a different foundation on than this side. I just have to freaking say I am very impressed with everything I used. Everything, like, I've used the products before, like I know how they work, but I've never compared it side by side, and I'm very impressed. Comment down below, can you tell which side is which? Is this something that you'd want to see again, but maybe in like a year or so with different products? I don't think I'm gonna link everything down below just because of how many products I had to use. But if there is something you would like me to link, please comment down below and I'll be happy to link it in my description box. Thank you so much for watching. If you're interested, please follow me, and please follow my Instagram. I do post pretty frequently, and don't forget to comment down below and like this video for more. Thank you for watching. I hope you guys are all being safe out there, and I freaking love you.